This is Chris with AO's like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris with AO's, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and I'll be down there in the description box. And I'm here to talk about my AEW Forbidden Door 2022 reviews, AEW X New Japan Pro Wrestling. So yeah, here we go, discussing about Forbidden Door for tonight. And this is going to be pretty long because I already know the pay-per-view is going to be long as hell. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about it. And the first thing we're going to be talking about is the buy-in now. And the first match on the buy-in, it was QT Marshall teaming up with Aaron Solo to take on the team of Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto. So, yeah. I think I got those names right, but yeah, that's the team that they was taking on, and it was an okay match actually. It was okay. At the ending, at one point we see QT try to hit a 450 splash off the top turnbuckle, but he missed. But it was pretty good. But then at the ending, we see Goto and Yoshi taking out QT Marshall, where I think it was Goto that was the one that picked up QT on his shoulders and then dropped him right on the knee. And then of course they only left Aaron Solo in there. They was beating the hell out of him, and then they hit their tag team finish move where one of them was doing like a sit out, like spine buster powerbomb type move, and the other one, came across with the elbow drop at the same exact time, laying out Aaron Solo. They pinned him for the 3 count, and it was all over there. So yeah, Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi defeated QT Marshall and Aaron Solo tonight at Forbidden Door. That's what happened. It was just a buy-in event, but yeah, that's what happened there. I'll give that match, I'll give it 2 stars. So yeah, it was an okay match, the kickoff on the buy-in. But there's still a few more matches on the buy-in, and then we'll be talking about the main card. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Forbidden Door. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Forbidden Door, it was a 1-on-1 match. It was Lance Archer versus Nick Camarda. This is still on the buy-in and stuff. This is the second match on the buy-in. And this match, it was okay. It was like just 2 big men clashing and everything. I don't know why Lance Archer is even on the buy-in. He probably should be on the main card, but they put him on the buy-in and he was taking on Nick Camarda. And like I said, it was an okay match. 2 big guys going at it and everything. At one point, we see Nick Camarda hit like a running power slam onto Lance Archer, pins him. Archer barely kicking out too. That's when Nick Camarda crawled over there to the turnbuckles and then used the strength to pull himself up off the mat onto the top turnbuckle. And then when he was getting up there, setting himself up to jump off or whatever, that's when Lance Archer comes up with a jumping knee to the face on a Nick Camarda. And, Nick Camarda was already out there, so Lance Archer then grabs him and, set him up for a finish move, and then he hits it. He hit the blackout onto Nick Camarda and then pinned him for a 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, Lance Archer defeated Nick Camarda tonight at Forbidden Door. That's what happened. I'll give that match 1.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was an okay match for it to be on the buy-in and all that. But I think there's still one more match on the buy-in. I think so. So, yeah, that'll be up next, actually. But, yeah, like I said, it was an okay match. I think I forgot to mention this, when I was doing the intro or whatever. Follow me on TikTok as well. I'll be down there in the description box. So, yeah, follow me on all my social media platforms. It'll all be down there. But, yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Forbidden Door. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Forbidden Door. Now, it was a tag team match, and forgive me with how I try to say their names, the Japanese names, because I'm not well versed in the New Japan Pro Wrestling area, whatever. So, yeah, I don't. It's going to be tough to pronounce them, but I'm going to try my best, obviously. So yeah, we had a tag team match. It was Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland teaming up to take on El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru, I think. So yeah, forgive me on that. But yeah, it was a tag team match between those two teams. But before I talk about that match, we got to talk about we seen Clark Connors having an interview backstage, and he was talking about how he took the opportunity to go into this Fatal 4-Way match later on tonight, because it was supposed to be a Fatal 4-Way with Ishii in it, but Ishii got injured. Now Clark Connors is the one that's his replacement. Ishii was the one that defeated Clark Connors to get into the Fatal 4-Way match, so... But yeah, he got injured, and now Connors is in it. So yeah, that's what he was talking about. He says he's going to take this opportunity and win the All-Atlantic Championship. So yeah, that's what he said. But yeah, we get into the tag team match. It was a pretty good tag team match. Not even going to lie. Best match on the buy-in show, at least, in my opinion. But yeah, this match was really good. At one point, we seen Yoshinobu having a figure 4 leg lock locked on to Keith Lee. And then we see Desperado have a leg lock onto Swerve, and then at one point we see Keith Lee, the way how he broke out the figure 4 was he grabbed Desperado and just launched him onto Yoshinobu to break up the figure 4, which was pretty cool. And then Keith Lee and Swerve was trying to hit the tag team finisher move at one point, the Spirit Bomb with the double foot stomp at the same time, but then Desperado pushed Swerve off the top turnbuckle and stuff, and they was going at it, and this Swerve took care of Desperado by hitting a double foot stomp onto him off the ring apron. That took him out, and then Keith Lee lift up, and then actually at one point Yoshinobu spit wine in Keith Lee's face while the referee has back turned, tried to roll him up at one point, but Lee kicked out at 2. But that was at one point. But at the very ending of this match, we seen Keith Lee pick up Yoshinobu onto his shoulders and hit that finish move. I always forget what's the name of it, where it's like the attitude adjustment mixed up with a splash. So yeah, that's where he hit on Yoshinobu and then pinned him for the 3 count. So yeah, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland defeated El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru in a tag team match. That's what happened. It was a pretty good tag team match. So yeah, I'll give that match 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, after the match ended, we see the FTW champion Ricky Starks and Will Hobbs talking. They was up there in the box. What I keep on forgetting the damn name of it. But yeah, they was up there and they was talking about how come y'all claim that y'all are the best tag team even if y'all haven't never defeated us. So yeah, that's what they was saying. But it looks like they'll be challenging each other soon. So yeah. But yep, that's what happened there. But it looks like we only have one more match on the buy-in left, and it will be on the main card. So yeah, see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on AEW Forbidden Door was still on the buy-in. This is the last match for the buy-in. It was a 8-man tag team match. It was supposed to be an 8-man tag team match, but pretty much I'll get to explaining it. So what happened was we had a team of Billy Gunn teaming up with his sons, Austin and Colton Gunn, the Gun Club. They are teaming up with Max Caster. And, Anthony Bowens is injured, so he was not in this match. And they was taking on the team of Kevin Knight, the DKC, and Alex Coachland, and Yuya Yoramura. So I think I said that name right. So yeah, it was an 8-man tag team match. But then what happened was we had Max Caster come out doing his rap and stuff. And it was pretty good rap, talking about how all 4 of them be sitting in the dojo watching hentai and all that stuff. So yeah, that was pretty funny. And the fans started chanting hentai and all that. So yeah, that was one point. That was pretty funny. He's saying some stuff, and then the ass boys giving the wrong cities and all that stuff, and Anthony Bo was correcting them, which was pretty funny. And then they all get into the ring, about to start the match, but then all of a sudden Danhausen pops up, and he goes like, "I got a custom theme song for you guys, ass boys," and then all of a sudden a custom theme song starts playing. Austin and Colton Gunn got out the ring, running backstage to go look for Danhausen. The match started. So it was like a 4-on-2 handicap match then, technically. It was just Billy Gunn and Max Caster to take on the rest of those guys. Of course, Kevin Knight and all them started beating down Gunn and Caster, beating down majority of the time. But then at the ending, we see Billy Gunn get tagged in. He started laying in on those guys, clotheslining them and all that stuff. But then he gets, I think it was Yuya probably. I think it was. Either him or Alex Coachland, I think it was, where Billy Gunn hits the famous throw on them, and then all of a sudden he tags in Max Caster. Caster climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumping off with the mic drop onto him, and then pins him for the 3 count. So yeah, the Gun Club and Max Caster won this match tonight. They defeated Kevin Knight, the DKC, Alex Coachland, and Yuya Yorimura in the 8-man tag team match. That's what happened. It was an okay match. I'll just give this match 1 star. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, I don't get what was the whole point. I guess I was trying to get Danhausen to appear on Forbidden Door, I guess. So yeah, that's what happened. But, yep, that was it. So that was the end of the buy-in, and up next we're going to be talking about the main card. Now, the buy-in was pretty long, and I bet the main card is going to be for sure longer. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later until the official AEW Forbidden Door match card. So, yeah, see you guys later until then. So, the next thing that happened on AEW Forbidden Door, it was the first match on the main card for tonight. It was Chris Jericho, Sammy Gavar, and Minoru Suzuki teaming up, and Ty Conti was at ringside, and they was taking on the team of Eddie Kingston, Wheeler Yuta, and Shota Umino. So yeah, it was a 6-man tag team match between those 2 teams, and it was a pretty good match to kick off the show. It was really good. Everybody was going at it multiple times, obviously. At one point, Jericho was taking control of this match, the beginning of the half for sure, and then all 6 guys got laid out at one point. At one point, we see Wheeler Yuta going up to Ty Conti outside ringside, and then Guevara attacked Wheeler Yuta, and they hit the GTH on him outside the ring. And then, it was just Shota and Jericho inside the ring. Jericho actually bust out the code breaker at one point in this match, but Shota kicked out. And, and there was a cool moment when Shota actually hit a power slam off the top turnbuckle on the Jericho, but that pin got broken up. But then, at one point, we see Shota locking on the walls of Jericho onto Chris Jericho, trying to make him tap out from his own move. And then Suzuki goes in the ring, and Gavar does too. And they start breaking up the submission hold and all that. Eddie Kingston was trying to get involved, but he got hit with the Gotch-style power driver by Suzuki. And then Shota started beating down Gavar and Suzuki, taking both of them out. And then he turns around and then he gets hit with the Judas effect by Jericho. And then Jericho got the 3 count. So yeah, Chris Jericho, Sammy Gavar, and Minoru Suzuki defeated Wheeler Yuta, Eddie Kingston, and Shota Umino tonight in a 6-man tag team match. So yeah, that's what happened there. It was a pretty good tag team match to kick off the show, though. I'll give that match, I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was an okay match to kick off the show. So yeah, that's why I'll give it. But up next to FTR and Roppongi Vice and all them will be in action up next. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Forbidden Door. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW in New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door, it was a triple threat tag team match, which I'll get to talking about it. So it was the ROH World Tag Team Champions, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler FTR versus Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero Roppongi Vice versus the IWGP Tag Team Champions, or NJPW Tag Team Champions, Jeff Cobb and the Great Okan in a triple threat tag team match. And it was for the ROH and New Japan Pro Wrestling tag team titles. And it was a pretty good match. It was winner-take-all match. It was a pretty damn good match. A few times I thought a lot of people was going to win this. At one point we see pretty much some tag teams working together with each other. Like at one point we see Dax and Trent hitting a double superplex on the Great Okan off the top turnbuckle. And then that's when Cash was trying to take the opportunity to jump off the top turnbuckle right after that move. hitting a splash on the Great Okan, pinning him, and he barely kicked out at 2. And at one point, Dax and Rocky Romero was doing pinning combinations and all that, and it was just a wild match. If you have to go check out this match. This is a really good tag team match. But of course, at the ending of this match, we see Rocky Romero getting hit with the big rig by FTR, and then they got the 3 count and they won the match. So yeah, FTR defeated Roppongi Vice and Jeff Cobb and the Great Okan tonight in a triple threat tag team match, and they retained the ROH tag team titles and has now won the NJPW tag team championships. So yeah, that's what happened there. The new Japan Pro Wrestling tag team champions and retained the ROH tag titles. So yeah, that's what happened there. Great match, like I said. If you have it, go check it out. I'll give that match. I'll give it 4 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty good match. But up next is going to be, I think it's going to be another great match. Up next is supposed to be Malachi Black versus Pac versus Miro versus Clark Connors in a Fatal 4-Way match for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship up next on Forbidden Door. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until that match. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Forbidden Door, it was a Fatal 4-Way match. It was Pac versus Miro versus Malachi Black versus Clark Connors in a Fatal 4-Way match for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. And this match, it was really good. I couldn't expect it was already going to be a great match, but it was a really good match. At one point, we see Clark Connors spearing Miro through a table, and he's pretty good. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen him in action, but he was really good in this match. But at one point, we did see what happened was Pac was on the top turnbuckle. Malachi and Clark Connors climb up there to hit like a double superplex on the Pac, but then Miro comes up hitting a power bomb at the same time while that superplex happens. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And took all of them down, and then it only left Pac and Miro in the ring. Miro hitting that super kick on the Pac, laying him out, and then he locks on the Accolade, and Pac was trying to fight out of it, crawling to the ropes and all that. Miro had dragged him back in the middle of the ring, and then locking it on again, and that's when Malachi Black goes into the ring, spits the black mist into his face, and then his black mass onto Miro, taking him out for the rest of the match. And then Clark Connors tried to come up, but Malachi locked on the arm breaker onto him, and while that was happening, Pat climbed up the top turnbuckle, jumping off, hitting a 450 splash while Malachi had that submission hold on to him, onto Clark Connors. But yeah, he landed on both of them, and then Pac locked on the brutalizer onto Clark, and then making him tap out. So yeah, Pac defeated Miro, Malachi Black, and Clark Connors tonight in a Fatal 4-Way match. It has won the AEW All-Atlantic Championship, and not even gonna lie, it's about damn time that Pac actually won a championship in AEW. He's been in AEW for a few years now, and shit, he really deserves it. He's one of my favorites. When it comes to in-ring competition, Pac is fucking great. So yeah, I am so happy that he has finally won a championship. I was hoping that one day he will be world champion, which I still hope that he will be. But it is finally great to see Pac holding a championship in AEW. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, with this match, I'll give it 4.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a really good match, and in my opinion, the right person won this match. So yeah, it was really good. Like I said, if you have yet, go check it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Forbidden Door. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Forbidden Door, it was a 6-man tag team match. It was Darby Allin, Sting, and Shingo Takagi, dudes with attitude, versus Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, and El Phantasmo, the Bullet Club tonight in a 6-man tag team match. It was okay 6-man tag match. Phantasmo was trying to twist things' nipples at one point in this match, and yeah, everybody was just pretty much wilding in this match, not even gonna lie. At one point, we actually seen the Young Bucks hit a double super kick on this thing, and he straight up no-sold that shit, so yeah, which was pretty cool. But yeah, they was all doing their thing. At one point, we see Darby Allin hit the coffin drop on one of the Young Bucks, I think it was. But then, of course, at the very ending of this match, we seen Takagi hitting his finisher move onto El Phantasmo and getting the 3 counts. So yeah, dudes with attitudes defeated the Bullet Club tonight in a 6-man tag team match. That's what happened. It was a okay match. I mean, I like this match, but yeah, it just ain't my particular style of this match, you know. Like, I like the Young Bucks and Sting and Darby Allin. I like every single body in this match, but it just wasn't my favorite type of match in a way, if you know what I mean. But yeah, but it was still a pretty good one. If you have yet, go check it out. I'll give this match 3 stars. That's why I'll give this match. But yeah, but still to come later on tonight, we'll see Zack Sabre Jr. taking on a mystery opponent later on tonight. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Forbidden Door. So the next thing that happened on Forbidden Door, it was a 1-on-1 match. It was the AEW Women's Champion Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm 1-on-1 for the AEW Women's Championship, and it was a pretty good match. It was a great match. At one point, we seen Toni Storm hit a German suplex on the Thunder Rosa on the ring apron. Both of these women just beating the hell out of each other, going back and forth in this match. At one point, we see a nice tornado DDT from Toni Storm. She pinned Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa kicked out too. But then, at one point, Thunder Rosa picked up Toni Storm and hit her finisher move, the Thunder Driver, onto Toni Storm. Pins her 1, 2, Storm barely kicking out at 2. And then Toni Storm got up and stuff, trying to hit Storm Zero onto Thunder Rosa, but Thunder Rosa started going after that arm that she kept on going after during this match. And then she hit the final reckoning, I think it is, as she calls it, but it was the final cut, pretty much. Goldust's old finish move, where you get them in a suplex position, lift them up, and then spin them around into like a neck breaker. So yeah, it was a pretty good one. And then she pinned Toni Storm for the 3 count. So yeah, Thunder Rosa defeated Toni Storm and has retained the AEW Women's Championship. That's what happened. It was a pretty good match. I'll give that match, for the women's match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty good match between those two. So yeah, that's why I'll give it. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Forbidden Door. I think the next match is Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay up next on Forbidden Door. I think that is the next match. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Forbidden Door. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Forbidden Door, it was a 1-on-1 match. It was the IWGP United States Champion Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy 1-on-1 for the IWGP United States Championship. Now, Will Ospreay's team United Empire was at ringside for this match. It was a pretty good match between Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay. Probably one of my favorite Orange Cassidy matches. It was a pretty damn good one. I'll give this match 4 stars as well. I'll give it, at one point, we see Orange Cassidy pretty much pulling some Eddie Guerrero tricks. Like he smacked the mat and pretty much made Will Ospreay do a bunch of backflips, which was pretty funny and stuff. So yeah, if you've seen it, you know what I mean. But yeah, at one point we see Orange hit the beach break onto Will Ospreay and then goes for the pin. Will Ospreay barely kicking out at 2. And then they kept on going at it a few more times. And then at one point, we see Will Ospreay try to hit his finisher move the Storm Break onto Orange Cassidy, but Orange Cassidy reverses out of that, hitting a Hurricane Rana, going for the pin. Ospreay barely kicking out at 2 again, and then of course at the ending he managed to hit Storm Break onto Orange Cassidy, and then got the 3 count. So yeah, Will Ospreay has defeated Orange Cassidy and has retained the IWGP United States Championship. That's what happened. Like I said, it was a great match. Go check it out if you have yet. I'll give that match 4 stars. That's what I'll give it. But then after the match ended, we see United Empire attacking Orange Cassidy after the match, and then we see Roppongi Vice trying to come out and save Orange Cassidy, but they got beaten down as well. And then all of a sudden, Katsuyori Shibata, I think that's his name. He came out and saved Orange Cassidy, beating down Will Ospreay and them, beating down United Empire. He was trying to lock on the sleeper hole into Will Ospreay at one point, but United Empire dragged Will Ospreay out the ring, saving him. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then there was a funny moment where Orange Cassidy and Shibata was in the middle of the ring, and then Orange Cassidy put down his sunglasses on Shibata, which was pretty funny and stuff. So yeah, that's what happened there. Cool moment and all that. But yeah. But up next, this is going to be a big one. Zack Sabre Jr. versus his mystery opponent up next on Forbidden Door. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Forbidden Door, it was a one-on-one match. Now, originally this match was supposed to be Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr., which I bet that match would have been amazing. That match would have been a classic. But, of course, Bryan Danielson is out with the injury. So, his replacement was announced. And it was Claudio Castagnoli. If you guys know, it's Cesaro from WWE. So, yeah, he makes his AEW debut. And, man, the fans was going crazy as soon as it came out. Right off the gate, right when this match started, he hit like a European uppercut onto Zack, and then hit the neutralizer at one point. Almost got the 3 count, but Sabre kicked out, and it was just wild. And Zack Sabre Jr. was doing pretty damn good. Claudio was too. It was amazing. But then at the ending of this match, we seen Claudio lay him with the uppercut, and then hits that power bomb. I think it's called the Claudio bomb or something like that. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, he got the 3 count after that, and he won the match, which is his old finisher move. We didn't really usually see that move in WWE. I don't even remember seeing that move in WWE at all, but it was his old finisher move. When he was on the Indies and stuff before WWE. But yeah, it was great to see that move get pulled out once again. Like I said, amazing match. If you have yet, go check it out. I'll give that match 4.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. But it's probably one of my favorite matches on the card. I'm not going to lie. But there's still more matches to come, so we'll see. But yeah, like I said, great match. If you have yet, go check it out. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Forbidden Door. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Forbidden Door, it was a Fatal 4-Way match. It was the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole versus Kazuchika Okada in a Fatal 4-Way match for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And this match, it was pretty good. At one point, we seen Hangman hit the Buckshot Lariat. Well, actually, he was trying to hit the Buckshot Lariat at one point, but Jay White caught him into the position to hit the Blade Runner onto him, but Page fought out of that, and then he got back on the apron again, and then finally hit the Buckshot Lariat on the White, and then pins him. And then Okada breaks up the pin, and everybody was going at it multiple times. But we get to the ending where Okada hit the Rainmaker onto Adam Cole, and then Jay White gets in there, takes him out, takes out Okada, and then pin Cole for the 3 count. So yeah, Jay White defeated Adam Cole Adam Page and Kazuchika Okada tonight, and has retained the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. That's what happened. It was a pretty good match. At one point during this match, we actually seen Cole and Jay White trying to form an alliance, but it didn't work out. They was doing the Bullet Club signs and all that stuff, the Too Sweet sign, and then all of a sudden after they done that, Adam Cole literally hit the backstabber onto Jay White in the match, so that was a cool moment right there. But yeah, it was a pretty good match. I'll give this match 3.5 stars. Actually, I'll give probably 4 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match though. But up next, it will be the main event. It will be Jon Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi 1-on-1 for the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Up next in the main event of Forbidden Door. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing that happened on Forbidden Door, it was a main event. It was Jon Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi 1-on-1 for the for the interim AEW for the interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So yeah, it was a pretty good main event. If you have yet, go check it out. At one point during this match, we see Tanahashi going through a table from Jon Moxley, and then Jon Moxley got busted open during this match and all that. It was going wild and everything. We seen power drivers and everything, both of them going at it. A few times Tanahashi almost won the match, a few times Moxley almost won the match. But at the ending of this match, we seen Jon Moxley lock on a sleeper hold onto Tanahashi when it looks like he was about to pass out. The crowd was going crazy and stuff, and then Tanahashi started getting back up, trying to fight out of it, but then Moxley turns him around, hits the paradigm shift onto Tanahashi, and then pins him for the 3 count. So yeah, Jon Moxley defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi tonight and is the interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good match though. I'll give that match 4 stars. That's what I'll give it. Pretty good one. But then after the match ended, we see Moxley and Tanahashi about to shake hands. But then all of a sudden they get attacked by Chris Jericho and Daniel Garcia. They get beat down and everything, and then Eddie Kingston comes running down, and then he started getting beat down, and then we seen Santana and Ortiz and Wheeler Yuta coming down, and then after that we seen Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara 2.0 and all them coming down, and then Claudio Castagnoli came running down, laying out Jericho with the uppercuts and beating everybody down as well. And then he hit the swing onto Angelo Parker at the ending. And yeah, they was all standing tall after that. Claudio and everybody else. So yeah, that's what happened there. Like I said, it was a pretty good main event and stuff. But yeah, this pay-per-view was pretty long. Not even gonna lie. But it was a good one. But for tonight's whole show, the whole pay-per-view, I will give it 9 stars as well. Give it. It was a damn good pay-per-view. They had some damn good matches. If you have it, go check out the pay-per-view. It was a really good one. My favorites actually was Claudio versus Zack Sabre Jr., which was really good in my opinion. Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy was another good one. Thunder Rosa versus Toni Storm was a pretty good one as well. One of my favorites was the Fatal 4-Way match for the All-Atlantic Championship. Pac versus Miro versus Malachi Black versus Connors, and the Clark Connors, there we go, in the Fatal 4-Way match, which was a pretty good one as well. And yeah, it was some pretty good matches. The only match, it was pretty good still, but the only match that was to me was the Bullet Club versus Dudes with Attitude. But that's because they ain't my favorite type of match, if you know what I mean. But other than that, the whole pay-per-view was pretty good. Just a very long show. I had to talk about the buy-in and the whole main card, so yeah. But like I said, great show. I'll give the show 9 stars. The main event 4 stars, but pretty good show. But yeah, that has been my AEW X New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door reviews. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. It'll all be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for this Monday's Monday Night Raw reviews. See you guys later. Until then.